Hi my lovely yogis, welcome to this energy boosting flow this week. Time to pick up the pace a little bit and to just help boost our energy and get us moving in the right direction for a little bit more activity and intensity. So thanks for joining me, hop on the mat. So beginning on all fours, come on over onto all fours. Just checking that you've got your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Taking some gentle cat-cows whilst we move with the breath. Waking up the spine, waking up the whole spine here. Chakra Vikasana, home of all the chakras, energy centers, from the top, crown of our head, right down to our root chakra, grounding chakra. And all those lovely chakras in between. So as you exhale, round and pull the navel in towards the back. Inhale, widen across the chest, belly releases towards the mat. A couple more like that. So beginning on all fours, just take a moment in tabletop position to notice if your weight is evenly spread through your hands and your tops of your feet, because we're going to bring our attention back to that throughout the practice today. So as you start to breathe in, belly releases down to the mat. As you exhale, upper back rounds, tummy button comes in towards the spine. Hands are pushing down, tops of feet are pushing down. Breathe in, allow the shoulder blades to glide back, collarbones glide back. Exhale to round. A couple more, waking up the whole of the spine. It's called Chakra Vikasana. It's beautiful. It's my favorite, actually one of my favorite poses to do every single day. It just really wrings out the spine after a night's sleep or after a lot of sitting in a day. Just really helps to bring a nice feeling of ease back here. From here, extend the right leg back, press out through that back heel, and just once again bring your attention to the weight being even between your right and your left sides of your body. So go ahead and engage your core, so knit the lower ribs in together. Just feel that strength around the navel, your core area. And if you feel you want to stay here for this exercise, you can. Otherwise, you have the option to, so first of all, lift the heel. So you can stay here, making sure the weight is still even. Or if you want more of a challenge, we can take that left opposite arm up and out, keeping the weight even. So notice if you're suddenly dumping in the right side. Breathe in as you extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. And again, breathe in. Exhale, knee meets the elbow. I'm going to take a few of these. So just on your own breath. Inhaling, stretching out. You're really using that core to keep yourself in balance. Last one. Knee to elbow. Just hold it there and then slowly with control release. Just take one up cat and one down cat to reset. And then again, take the left heel back. I'm just going to remove myself because I seem to be too long for my mat. So extend that left leg. Heel raises. If you took it on the other side, extend through the right arm. Inhale. Exhale. Same procedure. Noticing if you're suddenly leaning towards the left, try and use that core. Get up some fire, a little bit of heat already in this practice to just keep everything strong, engaged, steady and balanced. I'm going to take a couple more here. Noticing what's going on with the breath. Use it to help you when things are getting tricky. Last one. and then release down. You can take a quick child pose here, taking the knees as wide as the mat. Release the seat to the heels, forehead to mat, extended child pose, and take one complete breath here. Exhaling fully. Bring the weight forward onto the hands. Check that the hips are over the knees, and then just begin to walk the hands down, keeping those hips there for puppy pose. Releasing the forehead to the mat, releasing the forearms towards the mat, and just settling into this heart opener. It can be quite intense depending on what kind of activities you've been doing, especially in the shoulders. But it's a beautiful heart opener, and it can release all kinds of emotions that we're holding on to, or just help us notice how our heart's feeling today. So always a really nice one to do at the beginning of the practice. Again, notice that Ujjayi breath. Try and come back to it as much as you can. And then to walk out of this, put a little pressure in the palms, walk the hands back, curl the toes under, and then keeping the knees bent, lift the hips towards the ceiling for your first downward facing dog. Really claw through the fingers, press through the fingertips to take some pressure off the wrists. From here, we're going to take the right leg up and back. And again, notice if you suddenly started shifting the weight towards the left. And then bend the knee, open the hip, just to have a really nice feeling of freedom here, opening up any stuck emotions in those hips. And then bring it back to extended. Bring the knee to the nose, so we rock forward into plank, extend it back up. This time it's coming to the outside of the right elbow, back and up. This time across the body to the left elbow, up and back into the middle. And this time up and back, and we're going to step it through between the hands, and then just realign that back foot so that it's at a 45 degree or pushing out towards the left hand corner of the mat. Take a minute to get organized here. Press down through the front foot, and then cartwheel that arm up for warrior one. So here we want our hips facing forward. Imagine you have a beach ball in your hands, nice wide arms for this today. So the shoulders are relaxed. Press down through the outside edge of that back foot and the front toes. Slight realignment of the feet here. We're just going to walk that front foot to the middle line and then take the left foot parallel to the back of the mat. Warrior two. Soften the gaze. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale and come back to reverse warrior. As we exhale and release, you're going to cartwheel those arms down, swivel on the back foot, step back into downward facing dog, rocking forward on the inhale to plank, and then your choice, you can come down knees, chest, chin, or you can come down in one straight line, hugging the elbows in, little cobra here. Inhale, heart shines forward. Take two more of those. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale to release. Last one. Curl the toes under, push back into your plank and downward facing dog. Okay, taking the left foot up and back. Just notice that you're even on both sides of the body. Bend the knee, open up the hips. Take a nice full breath here. Come down to your extended. Knee comes to the nose. Exhale, extend. Knee to the outside of the left elbow. Breathe in as you extend. Across the body to the right elbow. Knee to nose once more. Getting ready to step through. So just come up on those toes. Step through. Take the right foot. Toes pointing towards the right corner of the mat. Press down actively through the front foot and cartwheel up into our warrior one. Taking that breath there and taking a moment to see how that feels. Maybe you want to readjust and bring that back foot in a little. That's nice too. Your stance can be narrower if you like, or wider. Whatever feels good today. Full breath here. Realigning the feet, so that might mean moving that front foot to the middle of the mat, taking the back foot so that the heel bisects the back arch. Warrior two. Full breath here. On the next inhale, come on back, reverse, and as you cartwheel the arms down, hands frame the foot, swivel on that back foot, step back into downward facing dog again, pressing through the fingers. Inhale, rock forward to plank. From here, you can take your choice, so whatever you feel like, go for it. Down onto your belly, we'll take the hands wide for cobra. This time, a really nice big one. Breathe in. Exhale, really zip with the abs in to come down. Breathing in. Exhale to come down. And one more. Exhale to come down. Tuck the toes under. Push back into your downward facing dog. And just take a few moments now of stillness in the dog. And notice what's going on here, how you're feeling. Before we raise the right leg again, take the knee to the nose, and this time we're going to step through again to the hands, but this time keep the left hand planted down, right arm comes up, squeeze the right knee towards the center of the mat, and use the inner seam of your thighs to really create some nice tension between the two legs. Press dynamically out through that back heel. Exhale, release. Step back to downward facing dog. Raise the left leg, knee to nose, extend it again, and this time step it through. Right hand stays planted, and then stretch up for that really lovely energizing runner's lunge with a twist. Feels so good. And as the hands frame the foot, step to the top of the mat, keep the knees softly bent, clasp opposite elbows and sway, and just allow the hips to release here and any tension to melt from the head, from the shoulders, down towards the mat. You can sway from side to side. You can release the arms and tuck them even under your feet, whatever feels good. Or you can just fold them and let them hang down on the mat. Letting go any little tight and tense bits that you can feel. Just send the breath there and release them. Send them away. Bend the knees. Come on up, half lift. Glide the shoulders down the back. Exhale, release. Bring the arms down, around and up. Bring them overhead. Exhale, down through prayer. Bring the hands to the heart center. Take a moment to just notice how you're feeling after that little bit of energetic movement. Maybe you feel lighter in your head. Maybe you just feel a nice relaxation from moving your body. Whatever it is, it's all good. And spread the toes wide and really feel the connection with the mat, that you're grounded in this moment, right here, right now. Okay. Then releasing the hands, bring the arms above the head. Exhale, fold forward, half lift, relaxing the shoulders back, release. Then you're going to look up, step back into downward facing dog. Pedal through the legs, and then rocking forward, your version. You can come knees, chin, chest, you can come down in one straight line all the way to the mat. I'm going to do a little bit of work here on our core and our lower back. So take the hands behind you and clasp them in a fist. Push the fist towards the space between your knees, so you shimmy the shoulders back a little bit. Find some ease and softness in the face. Breathe in. And exhale, staying here. We're going to start to lift the legs off the mat. So breathe in, Lift the legs, and we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Feel some nice tension through the toes, pressing the hips into the mat, engaging the tummy, engaging the glutes. 1 more breath here. Slowly release the hands down. Just rest the forehead on the mat. Take a full breath here. And now, keeping the arms at the side, fingers pointing down towards your feet, we'll do the same thing again, but we'll take it lifting and releasing. So breathe in, lift the chest and the legs off the mat. Exhale, release. Breathe in, look forward, exhale and release. 1 more like that. And release. Hands come over under the shoulders. Come on back into child pose. Just release the back a little bit. Take a full breath here again. Nice. And then coming out of child pose, just curl the toes under and walk the hands back. We're going to take a little bit of a quick wrist care here. So you can take the hands together and then just make some nice figures of 8. Can be just really effective to bring out the wrists like that, and then you can just take the hands separately and move them around. Nice. And then coming back down onto our mat, we're going to take a downward facing dog. And we're going to bend the knees. Oh, I just felt like a big stretch then. Stretching up on our toes is nice, and then back down. Bend the knees and walk or step or jump to the top of the mat, however you're feeling today. Feet can be hip width or close together. Bend the knees, bring the arms down, around and up. Getting ready for chair pose. Bring the hands down through prayer. So as you inhale, I want you to sink the hips back and bring the arms into a wide cactus. So we're going to take an nice open chair pose. And as you sit here, just push the weight back. Fire at the core a little bit. Take a full breath here. And then straighten the arms. So we're going to have right arm forward, left arm back. We'll take a really lovely open twist. Look down and see what's going on with the knees. Make sure that the right knee hasn't popped forward. And try and sit a little lower if you can for the last minutes of this. Really push your feet, your weight into the heels. Dare to do it. Breathe in, come on up. Exhale, release. Bring the arms down, around and up. Float them back down through prayer. And we'll do 1 more of those. Bring the arms above the head. And as you float the hands down, this time carve a line with your prayer hands all the way down. Forward fold, half lift, flat back. Feel that crown of head get long to the tailbone. Exhale, release. Bring the arms up again and around. And ready to sink down into chair. So arms come up, hips go back, weight sinks backwards. Take the cactus arms to make sure you can get that really good full breath. And then take the left arm forward and the right arm back and sit a bit lower if you can, firing at the abs, getting a little bit of heat going. And we're going to stay here for 1 more breath. And then lift up to come out. Exhale, hands come to side. Breathe in with the arms overhead. Exhale to fold. And when you get down here, just take a little bend in the knees and bring your seat down to the mat. So use your hands to get down with ease. And coming down on the mat, we're going to take a little bridge variation here to continue working on our glutes and our core. So as usual, have your feet hip width apart. Just take a little look and make sure that your feet are straight in front of your knees and not out to the sides or in. Hands can press down on the mat today. And just take the hips off and replace them on the mat and feel the connection between your low back and the mat. And we're going to take a really, really slow bridge so that we press down through our feet, press the shins are pushing forward, our feet are pushing down, Our glutes are pushing up and our core is engaged. So as you start to breathe in, start to push up really slowly. So like almost like you're taking your vertebrae off the mat one at a time. Not the deepest bridge, so just stay somewhere that's comfortable. You can dip the chin slightly to find a nice long length in the neck. And just notice that your knees are still in good alignment, they're not flopping out. Staying here for a couple more breaths. One more breath, holding it. And as you exhale, slowly, 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 roll them back down onto the mat. So now we'll take a moving one. So we breathe in, slowly roll up. Take the whole breath to get up and the whole breath to get back down. So with control. So you can really use your tummy to help guide your spine down. And again, breathe in. And exhaling to release. One more of those. Spine comes down so slowly. Last one. And exhaling to release. Nice. And then cross the right leg over the left knee. We're going to take a reclined pigeon. And from this, you can stay right here. As long as your foot is flexed, you can take the heel back in towards your bottom. And you can just stay here, pushing actively out and away from your body with your knee. Sometimes that can actually get into a different area. If that's not feeling enough for you today, then you can reach through and take the back of your thigh, keeping that top foot flexed. Bottom foot can be relaxed. Shoulders need to be on the mat. So if you're reaching like this, I would encourage you to release the foot down and stay in this variation. Or if you have a strap nearby, you can use it behind to reach behind so that the shoulders stay soft and connected to the mat. And then use that inside elbow to find a little bit more of a stretch on the outside outer hip. And even like this, you can take the option to very gently move a little bit side to side. But if you find you're losing then that contact with the leg, with the elbow, then maybe nice to just stay here and breathe deeply. Just give the body a little chance to let go of anything that's there hanging on, any tightness. Nice, and then release that foot down, and then releasing the legs and the hips and replacing them. We'll do the same on the other side, so go ahead and take the version that you took on the other side. I took the thread the needle version, so I'm going to do the same here. And really notice how hopefully your breath is deepened and slowed down. Maybe you feel a bit more open in your breathing, deeper, freer. And again, send it to the areas where you feel the body's just holding on and not fully relaxing or surrendering into the sensation. Take one more breath here. And then gently release that down to the mat. We'll extend the left leg, hug in the right, squeeze it in. Use the left hand to guide it over. Always lovely to finish the practice with a nice reclined twist. And whilst you're here, go ahead and just do a little scan from your toes right the way up to your hips, and notice if your body is just holding itself in place. Allow it to, encourage it to just let go. And in doing that, you often find that you get a deeper stretch and a little bit more flexibility. Also, the head can be turned to the left, but you can choose to keep the head and neck out of it today. It depends how you feel. Always listen and notice and make your practice your own. It's the most valuable thing we can learn to do, is to listen to our bodies and not be scared to do our own thing or feel pressured into doing what's being shown if it's not good for us. And then bringing that leg back to the center, take both legs in, give them a big hug, extend the right leg down, the left leg over to the right, and same thing. Allow everything to surrender and release. Just enjoy these quiet moments. Coming back to the center, take both legs in, have a little rock and roll just to wash out the spine, and then coming over onto the right side, make your way up back to seated, easy seat. To finish our practice with a couple of nice, long, slow breaths. Just feel your sit bones rooting down. You can take the hands to the thighs, or you can hold them upwards in a gesture of receiving. And just lower the gaze if you haven't got your eyes closed. Take that tall spine again. Feel the space between the crown of head and the sit bones. See if you leaning forward, just straighten up a little. Take a huge cleansing breath in. Releasing all the way. And just imagining a big cloud of bright, energizing light just sitting above our head. And as we breathe in, we're sending that cleansing, energizing light through from the crown of our head. Feel it and watch it as it fills up your body, your arms. You can travel right down through your legs to your toes. Feel that warm and energizing glow that you can take with you now for the rest of the day. Every in-breath, you send more of that energizing bright light to all the parts of your body. And breathing out anything that you don't need. Breathing in that cleansing, white, bright, vibrant light. And releasing again the old. Last one. Breathing in the energy and the energizing brightness of that light. Feeling it fill up your whole body, and even outside of your body, your aura just full of bright, fresh energy. And one final breath out. Bring the hands to heart center. You can just dip the chin, flutter the eyes open. Thank you for practicing with me today. Hope you feel a little more energized to go about the rest of your day. Namaste.